We don't need better schools, we need different schools. And Henry Ford once asked people, he said, if I asked people what they'd want, they'd say, I want a faster horse. And he had something completely different in mind when it came to transportation. Transform transportation. It's nothing, it's not the same thing. And you can't take the same skills with riding a horse as you do with driving a car. And yet we can say, well, they both get us places, but they're fundamentally different. And that, to me, that's an analogy that helps understand what's trying to happen here at Hamilton Wentworth. How do we help transform and change it so that it's not just better? We can't just keep improving, keep doing the same thing, but just do it a little bit better. We have to transform. We have to do things that look very different from the way that a lot of us were educated. And I think ultimately, to me, this has always been my mantra, my goal when it comes to education, is moving beyond the idea that education is something that's provided for us to something that we create for ourselves. This is about empowering learners, giving them the tools, giving them access, helping them make connections so that ultimately this is their education, not my teachers, not the schools, but mine. And again, that's a simple thing to say, and yet I know how difficult it is to move that, because for even the students that are in this room right now, that's probably not been their mindset about school, something that's their education. I hope for many of it it's beginning to that, a lot because of the things that you're seeing here. So again, that's the end game. And again, as my friend Gary Steger says, more them, less us. That's kind of what we're trying to get at. So again, you know, when you think about all this stuff and all this access and the tools and things that we saw today, I continue to ask, so what? And I would say this, that relationship and content, we need them both. They both matter, but so does the order. And I think that's really important to understand. And I think that's what I enjoyed. And there's the interactions between adults and students and that relationship. That's the thing that technology doesn't do quite so well, is build relationships. Yes, it can be a conduit to establish and maintain to them, but that's the key about why, to me, that's the ultimate answer to the question, why school, is because of those relationships. So again, I just want to encourage you to continue to support this work. Continue to ask questions. Don't be afraid to challenge questions and ask and say, what about this? We need to get better at handling those kind of things, but we also need to get better at embracing and trying things. And again, acknowledging the fact that learning is supposed to be messy. It's not supposed to be pretty. We're going to fail, we're going to make mistakes along the way. I know that this, part of what makes this exciting is that it's not a roadmap, it's not a recipe. And it could change. And as we learn things, we have conversations and we discuss, boy, we could do this better. How could we make this different? So, but know that we're kind of all in it together. So if we have that mindset, and again, as part of Discovery Education, we're so thankful to participate in just a small way in helping students and teachers reach their full potential.